Hello and welcome to 7 Minutes of Inspiration with 7. You're watching me, Latasha Guy. You're either catching me on my Facebook, YouTube, or you're catching snippets on my Instagram. It is a pleasure to be able to join you on today. I am switching it up a little bit this week. I don't know if I'm going to post on Friday or if I'm going to post on Thursday or who knows. I may put it out there tomorrow. I was all ready today, decked out in my greens so I wouldn't get pinched, only to find out that St. Patty's Day is on tomorrow. So I hope that everyone's having an amazing week. I know that there's a lot going on. That's why I did want to jump on and speak just for a little bit on today. Today's topic is fear meter. You guys know that anytime I put a topic out there, it is because it's something that's touching my heart, something that I'm dealing with, I've dealt with, or maybe that I'm simply trying to overcome myself and just sharing tips and tools of what's been helping me. And so I promise to keep it to 7 minutes on today, but today's topic again is fear meter. And let me just turn this TV down because I feel like the TV is blasting over me. We can't have that. So hopefully you guys heard everything I said in the beginning. Fear meter. When I began to look at the definition of fear, it was heaviness. It's an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. Similar words that people use are terror, fright, horror, alarm, panic, and often agitation is associated with fear. And so when I began to look at fear, from a standpoint, I had to first know that I had found myself experiencing all of those emotions over the past few weeks. I think a lot of us are experiencing some of those emotions, even when you find yourself encouraging others that we'll get through this. Things come to sometimes shape up our faith, cause us to take a deeper look. But when we are in that emotion at that time, we just react in different kind of ways. And so just on, I want to say it was Thursday because I had an off day on Friday, and Thursday, I just remember this young lady calling my daughter, and she's like, "Hey, Walmart looks like a zoo. You know, everybody's up here buying everything. They're buying the toilet tissue, they're buying the, paper towel, they're buying everything." And so I immediately, guys, shot out of my house. And I mean, I literally lost it just trying to buy everything that I could possibly buy. I would say probably by the end of the day, I was very convicted in how I immediately shot into panic. And so, although I know I was wise in making sure that I was prepared, it was the spirit behind that led me to the store. I wasn't properly preparing, like, okay, I'm going to the store, let me stock up. We know some things are going. I'm literally there in panic mode. And so, one of the things that I just began to realize is that fear does cause anxiety. It usually causes anxiety. It causes us to lose control over the situation that we've maybe faced times before. When we go through some of these epidemics that we experience, it's not the first time it's been experienced. It may be the first time for you, your generation, and maybe personally your family, but it's not the first time that it's been experienced. And so, I just had to keep remembering that and truly going by that. What doesn't kill us definitely makes us stronger, and right now some of us are going through some challenging times that are definitely making us stronger. And so I began to think of mechanisms. How do we deal with this? How do we cope with fear? First of all, we have to understand and embrace it. We have to understand the days and the ages and the times that we're living in. Many of us have spoken about these times to come, and now we're living in it. And so we have to embrace it, and we have to understand it, and we have to understand how we move forward in these times, because we can't quit. We still have to move forward. We have to think long term. And so when we begin to think long term, for a lot of us, we're getting more time on our hand where we can plan and we can strategize even more. We can't take this downtime and sit around and be worried. We've got to take this downtime and we've got to utilize it to strategize. Strategize what's next. We want to hit the ground running when these turbulent times do begin to lift. We want to hit the ground running. We don't want to be starting over. We sometimes financially have to start over with a lot of different things in our life, but mentally we can keep going if we can continue to write the plans and lay out the vision, and just knowing that in all seasons, those things that have been purposed, they shall come forward. Educate yourself. A lot of us are watching the news. A lot of us are paying attention to social media. Make sure that you're properly educating yourself, that you're getting the proper statistics that are going on behind the different things, the proper ways that you should prepare as far as your family, the places that you should be and you shouldn't be. It's just some of those things are common sense, but a lot of times it's not. And we have to make sure that we're speaking on those things. I've been speaking on it with my friends, the ones that's like, I found a cheap flight. I'm like, y'all don't do it right now. For safety precautions, I love to get a cheap flight, but I mean, right now, I just think right now we really do have to get to a point where we're being cautious about the things that we're doing and we're exposing ourselves to. And I took notes. Keep a positive attitude, even in the midst of turmoil, because a lot of us, I'm noticing, even in managing people, emotions are up and down. People are kind of more so unbalanced, meaning unbalanced because they have more on their plate. They're trying to toggle children, they're trying to toggle work. Some have lost income within their household, just lots. They're tackling a lot. And so just learning to even remain positive for me, remaining positive and being strong for those that I have to encourage, that I have to lead on a daily basis. And keep in mind that sometimes fear is working out for our good. Let's be honest. A lot of people, we needed to stock up. We needed to buy some food. We needed to make sure we were prepared. We didn't know if we needed to be prepared for today or tomorrow. We could have thought maybe it was 10, 15 years down the road. But the bottom line is we needed to start preparing and putting some proper things in place, making sure that we had certain things. For a lot of us, it forced us to clean up. A lot of times we get lazy. We don't want to clean the way we should. People are more clean than I've ever seen before, wiping down things constantly. So that's a good thing. And it also caused a lot of us to look at things more from a future standpoint. We're no longer just thinking about how we can go out and get this and get that. We're trying to plan for our futures. We're trying to put a little bit back. We're trying to be wise with the choices that we have to make. We're trying to strategize. And a lot of us, it's caused us to spend more time with our family, spend more time at home, spend more time with the ones that we truly say that we love. We're calling and we're checking up on those people that we care about. And that's a good thing. And we just want to keep this thing going. If that's what raises our fear meter, to be more cautious of our surroundings and what's going on with us and those that are around us, then that's a good thing. Spiritually, I feel like a lot of us is causing us to grow closer to the Word. We want to read the Word. We want to know the season that we're in. We want to know how we can be in preparation to walk this walk. And so we can be able to, witness to someone else about coming out and being positive and, even seeing light at the end of the tunnel. I always think no matter what I'm going through, it could be worse. I've got a roof over my head. I've got clothes on my back. I've got a family. I still, have many that are near and dear and close to my heart with me that I'm able to call and lift up. God is still allowing me to advance even in this season. There's more to come on that. I'll share that in a couple of weeks, but God is good, even in the midst of it all. Check your fear meter, guys. Check your fear meter. Do not allow these situations to just get you all out of hand. Trust the Lord. He's got our back. I've got some scriptures that I just wanted to leave with everyone to reflect on. They've been helping me. First one is, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of a power of love and of a sound mind. I'm sorry, guys, because sometimes I get the reading things and I get to stuttering, but I wanted to get that out. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And that's 2 Timothy 1:7. And then I pulled, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you shall go. And so just remember that God will be with you wherever you shall go. And I last leave you with, therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Matthew 6:34. So I just want us to bask in and rest in, to enjoy those things that, God has given us in our life thus far, to be prayerful about the times that are to come, to continue to check on our loved ones, to continue to draw closer to our Creator, and to continue to utilize this downtime to strategize so that you can hit the ground running. Get rid of the fear. Speak the word over your life. You have not been left. You have not been forsaken. God has you covered. It's been a pleasure to speak with you on today. I leave you with this always: refuse to live less than your best, because that's what you've been called. And guess what? You're amazing. Let's get rid of the fear meters, guys.